Okay, well, I guess most of you probably have noticed the condition of my driver's seat. This thing, you know, I did kind of like a quickie repair when I first got it just to get it going, and it's in pretty rough shape. So today I went and got some more fabric. It's kind of more of this stuff, but it's orange. And we're just going to recover it. I got some new foam. I'm going to take it apart. You guys are just going to watch, I guess. And you know, whoever owned this thing before, it's kind of hard to do this with one hand. Originally, these seats were white, and somebody basically they just bought the seat covers and covered them up. I never took this off. I don't know what the condition of the seat is underneath. I'm assuming it's pretty bad if they covered it up. This is not the correct way to do this, although I kind of understand. I rebuilt the seats on one of my other Volkswagens, and it is a pain in the ass, but they turn out really nice if you use the right stuff. So anyway, I'm going to take this thing apart. You guys will watch, and we'll get it redone, at least to the point where it's not, you know, doesn't have a big ass hole in it. So, all right, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so you can see, I mean, the basic construction. I put this burlap in here because that was what was in the original. I happen to have some, which was crazy, but I put some in there, and all that does really is to protect the foam from these springs, make it last a little longer. So I'm going to try to preserve that. You can see there's some spots where the burlap has failed, and that's because these springs here on the side, a couple of them, actually broke, and the spring during the course of driving around is eating away at the burlap and into the foam. So I'm going to do what I did last time, which was just basically wire these springs back up together so they're one piece again, and use them again. That being said, let's start by cutting this safety wire that I used to secure this. I think this used to be a curtain onto the foam. You'll just take your cross cutters, your dikes, and just cut it all out. I think this time I might try and use some hog rings. I have hog rings from my old project, my old Volkswagen. I might try and use those. I don't know, we'll just have to see where this takes us, I think. Okay, well, I got the old stuff off. I cleaned up some of the springs that were messed up. I safety wired them back together. I even hit them with a welder, but I'm not going to show you that because my welds look terrible. Remember, my original idea was to keep the burlap cloth on here, but yeah, that caught fire when I was welding, and I had to run outside and douse this whole thing with water. I tried to protect it with some metal, but some spark must have got around the metal and lit that sucker on fire. Scared the hell out of me. So I'm going to go get the new stuff right now. We're going to try at least to mock it up, and then we got to decide if we're going to do the back as well, because the back actually doesn't have any holes in it. And until we decide what color we're going to go with, I really don't feel like tearing that up. I just want to rebuild the bottom so that I can ride again in style. Anyway, let me go get this stuff and I'll show you what we're working with. Alright, so let's figure out what we're going to do as far as how we're going to cover this. My one idea I had, and I bought a little thing, you know, they sell these outdoor cushions you can just put on your seats. And since I'm planning on recovering this thing anyway, I thought about maybe just using something like this and secure it to the seat bottom and roll around like that. And to be honest with you, it doesn't look too bad. It's about the right height. But I bought all this other stuff too, so we're going to try that first. And if that doesn't work, we always have this as a backup. Okay? So if you remember, I made kind of a cushion last time out of a yoga mat, and I don't know where I got this foam. It's probably from work. What I did this time is I went ahead and bought some cushion material, and I thought you can kind of shape to fit on there. It's kind of very official cushion material. And then I bought some cotton or whatever the heck, batten. I guess you put this between the cushion and the cover. And then I got some more burlappy stuff, but this is orange. So I was thinking about covering it with this. It kind of matches the outside of the bus. So I don't know. It might look pretty good. First thing first, though. First we got to try to cut this cushion down to the right size. Well, in lieu of having that burlap, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure this cardboard underneath the cushion thing, just so that there's some protection for the cushion against this these springs. All right, so you guys just sit tight when I get done with that, and we'll try to figure out what to do about the next step. We're just gonna skip that part, huh? Okay, part 1, subpart 3A is done. We got the cardboard on because the burlap that I had caught on fire when I was trying to weld. So cardboard is good. What I want to do, and I cut a lot of extra on the sides so that when I secure this, is what I'm thinking, when I secure this, it'll have some wrap to it. But I don't know. See if I'm doing the right thing. I think really, well, it's kind of high, but we're going to go with that. I think the next thing to really do is to cut the batting, this thin white stuff. Wrap this thing somehow with it, and then see if I could draw it down with the batting for the most part, and then we'll just put the orange cover on top. Sounds like a plan? Alright, let me get to it. Well, I guess you guys can see I got the top one on with a batten on top of the cushion, nice and tight. Next step is going to be to get the orange stuff on top, but I am rapidly losing the light and it's pizza night, so I'm going to go have some pizza. So I will pick this up again in the morning. Alright guys, it's been a couple days now, so we need to get back into this because I need to drive this daggone bus to work tomorrow. That's one of the problems with having a daily driver is once the weekend's over, you know, it's got to be running halfway decent. So I have to figure out, I mean, I'm ready to put this on. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is if I should double it up or leave it single. So I think what I'm going to do, believe it or not, I don't see very many advantages to doubling it up. I mean, this is a temporary fix, so this is a typical goat hack. So I think we're just going to use a single layer, figure out where to cut it, and we'll go with that. So you guys are just going to come along with me. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so the only thing I'll say is you got to cut whatever fabric you choose to do this with. You got to cut it so that it goes from top all the way down to the seat frame, because that's where it attaches. There's these little sharp hooks. This will jack you up if you're not careful. So make sure you do that. I'm just going to tuck it in the back somehow. See how that looks before we do anything. Get in there. All right. Doesn't look too bad. So, yes, what you should do first is attach the back part. Back and the bottom. Let's flip it over without messing it up. Not too bad. Let's see. Pull this down and I think what I'm going to do, see, you're supposed to attach them. I don't know if you guys can see these hooks. You're supposed to have enough fabric to pull around this bottom bar. I think that's the way it goes. And then it kind of impales itself on this hook. Something like that. If I'm wrong, you guys go ahead and tell me in the comments, because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Now, I thought I had a bunch of hog rings. Let me turn off this radio. I thought I had a bunch of hog rings. But I can't find them. So I found the pliers, but I can't find the hog rings. So, back to the safety wire. Let's just do what I was doing before. Just wrap it up. And bend that pigtail back in so you don't scrape yourself. For you, those of you who have never used safety wire, you're going to find a way to stab yourself with this stuff, and it hurts pretty bad. And it'll happen when you're, of course, when you're rushing and you're trying to get something done. But you'll stab yourself with this thing, and then it'll bleed all over the place. It's kind of weird. They just keep bleeding. Everybody who stabbed himself with safety wires, you know what I'm saying. It hurts. Anyway, I'm just going to keep doing this, at least until I think I got the back mostly secure. And then we'll work on the sides. Okay, I think I got the back secured pretty well. If I have to come back to it, I will. Let's do the, I don't know, we should do the front next, and then do the sides last. This way we don't create any wrinkles. I think that would be the thing to do. So let's do that. Do the front, and then we'll do the sides. Hopefully, we'll give it the old butt check, see if it's comfortable, and hopefully we're good to go. This thing, for the love of Pete, just stay there. It's been falling down this whole time. Alright, that's too small. One thing I'm trying to do is, I think I ought to do is keep the safety wire. Like, here's a hook right here. I'm going to do a piece of safety wire on either side of that hook. So to hold this material, because this material is not as what's the word, strong as the vinyl that you usually use. So, you know, the hook holds it right now, but I have a feeling it'll rip. So, just to kind of help that hook out as much as possible, I'm going to put a piece of safety wire on either side of the hook. And then also one or two pieces in between each hook. Something like that. I don't know how long it's going to last. I might have to get some vinyl or something. You guys got to help me out. Figure out what color to make these seats. Should they be black? Should they be tan? I don't know. What I'm saying is I have no idea. So there's another hook. Put a piece over here. Kind of gather up the rest of it. Probably a good idea too. Kind of keep. Okay, so the sides of this thing are a little bit more of a pain in the neck because you got to avoid this channel seat rail where the seat goes in. So I already did one side. It didn't turn out too good, but I'm going to do this side in front of you guys and show you what I think I figured out. So the front, first of all, you have to secure it like nice and tight on this bar to keep it away from the rail. Then what I'm going to do is take this material, fold it up like that. Okay, so we got a decent looking, when it's all pulled down, a decent looking corner here, unlike on the other side. Then what I'm going to do is what I did last time. I used this plumbing, this PEX tubing, I think it's called. Anyway, I take this, I roll up the material so I can get it nice and tight and pulled down. Then I secure this with a bunch of safety wire and whatnot to the top of this crossbar so it stays out of the way of this channel. I'm hoping once that's done, if I pull it correctly, I'll get a nice tight corner down here in the front. Like I said, unlike the other side looks like trash. But anyway, that's the plan. Okay. So we're going to start off with a couple zip ties. Kind of secure this hose in here as best we can, just for this first portion. I can already read, I can feel the comments coming. Remember, this is all this is all just temporary. I don't know how long it's going to last. It might only last a week. Might last a month. Might last a day. I'll have to just see how I go play it by ear. And give me some comments, people. I need to figure out what vinyl to buy to cover these seats, because you know, this will work for now. It'll get me back and forth to work, I guess. But we got to figure out what to do. Rufus deserves some real seats, and I'm willing to do it. We have to figure out what color. Is it going to be black? Is it going to be tan? I can't use the checker pattern, the original Westphalia pattern, because it kind of clashes with the headliner I put in. So the headliner has a lot of orange in it, so that's why I got this. Doesn't match too good, but it's gonna be okay. So maybe just plain black would look best. Let me know. I missed. Huh, okay. Well, I mean, that's what it looks like when it's all said and done. Like I said, we're going to put some comments on the comment section. Tell me what color I should do this bus upholstery in. I put an old Carhartt shirt on the back, just kind of make it match a little better than that dark brown they had on there. Obviously brown isn't going to work, I don't think. So it's either going to have to be black or tan. The rest of my bus, like that bench cover, is going to be changed as well to whatever color we decide. You know, the inside's going to be basically white, and that wood color there, color on the doors. And of course, if you guys have watched my channel before, my headliner has a lot of orange and blue in it, but it's very, very faded now. So I'm not quite sure what color material to use for the upholstery that would make it look good. So hit me up in the comments. Thanks for watching this short one, and yeah, subscribe and hit the like if you don't mind, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.